So the first one is David Ott, and he's proposing to enlarge his front yard, his front entry. So this is the existing house. Whoops, yeah, I'll switch it around this way. It's he's got two front yards actually. He's got Vogel and Sherburne Circle, and what he's proposing to do is extend his already pre-existing non-conforming front entry to a little bit larger. So it goes from 45.8 existing to 43.8 at the minimum.
And it requires 50 feet.
And it requires 50 feet. So what they're proposing is a little entry foyer and deck and stairs. And then what they've done is they've done a sketch. So in this situation, it's a 2-foot difference of what they're proposing.
Is the existing, they're putting a, if you could just turn, so the roof over the porch, is that also part of the addition? What's the existing elevation look like?
They unfortunately haven't told us.
Yeah.
See, they're proposing this entryway, and I think as it stands right now, it's just like a portico out front.
Yeah. And what is he going to do for lighting on that? We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could make a recommendation that, you know, the actual expansion is de minimis.
Oh, here, this is all new.
Yeah.
So the little pediment is new. So before that, the roof just went straight across.
Right. So,
well, it seems to me we can look at it in one of three ways, right? Either we make a recommendation saying it's de minimis, we make a recommendation saying we don't like what we see, or we say nothing at all.
right.
Well,
we could make a recommendation.
We could make recommendations.
Or you
we
could
could
make
say
a
dark sky compliant light fixtures. They're going to need one. That's an entry.
Yeah.
You know, we could make those sorts of recommendations.
Doesn't mean they have to listen to us anyway.
Right,
No,
but it's a recommendation, and
Right.
it's a way of starting the communication and dialogue between the ZBA and the planning board.
Right.
Right.
I think it's great in that direction.
So,
yeah.
So if we made a motion that said that, for instance, we feel that this, the application of David Otter through 313 South Ave for changes to his house are de minimis, and the board would recommend that whatever exterior light fixtures are dark sky compliant.
yep,
Would that be a motion?
That would be that's a possible motion.
If I were the ZBA, I would turn this down.
Yeah,
Well,
this
they
is the
very
thing.
well may.
Yeah,
Just
because
plain
if they're taking a
going
non-conforming lot, and making it more non-conforming.
Right.
there may, no,
That's
it's, the lot's not.
No, but I mean,
But-
their dwelling is within
Right.
a setback.
Right.
And,
Right.
and they're making it more non-conforming, and so what's the really reason? It's sort of that slippery slope of,
Right.
it's just.
How far do you
Yeah,
stand?
chipping and chalk here,
Yeah.
we're out there. So I would say nothing.
You would say nothing.
I would say nothing.
I would be inclined to agree because we really don't know
We don't know what that whole thing looks like. We don't have
what the impacts are going to be. Steve
Well-
was just pointing out that this doesn't look like an accurate depiction of the porch that they're going to need. It doesn't look like it meets code.
Although it does say 3 feet 4 inches.
But that's
wide.
But how does that add up to that dimension
I don't know.
that they're encroaching? See,
I can't figure it out. What was there before? Like, I
Right.
think maybe there was just a concrete pad there before, but it must have been a pretty big
Well,
pad.
here's the thing.
If the only difference is 2 feet.
But we'd have to add up this number and then that number and make sure that that was actually right. If this is 3 feet, is it 3 feet overall, including the rail,
Rail,
which
right.
would make it not legal? So it may the proposal may not be accurate. Is all we're saying.
So what would be a motion that someone would want to make?
In this case, I would just say nothing at this
Nothing,
point.
no
I'll
action.
second that.
Yeah.
Because we just don't have enough
We don't have
information
it.
to really be able to say one way or the
Okay.
other.
Well, that may be something you want to convey.
In order to comment, we need more specific information about certain things.
Okay.
There's only one
However, we
handrail here, for
always
example.
request
Right.
outside.
Mhm.
Compliance.
Mhm.
Outside. That's our only problem.
What is yours?
Residential requires 36 clear.
Well, it might be if that's
It might be.
36.4.
That's what he's saying, and, you know, but that's not, I don't know if that's accurate.
Right.
That doesn't look, if that's a 3-foot door,
Exactly.
that looks like about a 2'8"
Right.
porch.
I agree.
Okay, so we just don't say anything,
Yeah,
or
but I don't think
request
these drawings are
more
accurate.
information in the future.
I mean, looking at it as an architect, I think that he's hoping, but I don't think it's gonna work out that way in the field. That's different.
Okay, we're not gonna figure this out,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah,
uh,
so I
This
just
was
wanted to say
just
nothing.
remove.
Okay. all right, well,
324 Marion Street, I would defer
you
to
know,
that.
we have
You wanna
a
move on?
hearing scheduled, yeah, so we'll come back to these.
Okay.